You could say that Blackout is missing a lot of content, and I would agree with you, it really is. In all of the sneak peeks prior to the game's release, it seemed like I would never run out of things to do. But looking back, I realized how wrong I was. I've raided the bunker and lab dozens of times. I've joined several clans. I even started trading because of how boring the game got. So in today's video, I'll be talking about 5 things that should be added into Blackout. Please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel if you find this video entertaining. And with all that said, let's get started with the video. Finishers are a big thing in many Roblox games, including Blackout. It makes the game feel way more satisfying, and with the proper gore, realistic as well. Currently, there are 2 in the game, the default Fist finisher and the event-exclusive Tomahawk finisher that was obtainable during the Frost Threat event for 5,000 shards, which meant spending a whole day farming influence. Both animations are really cool, and I've liked the Fist finisher ever since I first saw it in sneak peek number 8. And I don't speak alone when I say this, the community has been asking for more finishers ever since day 1 because of how detailed the dev team makes them. The sound, the camera angle, everything is on point. There are even some fan-made finishers created that look absolutely amazing. The Sledgehammer one is really smooth because of how the camera moves with the animation. It makes it so much better. There's even one for the Photon Accelerator, which, oh my god, it looks so good, I can't even describe it. The glaze would be too much. But seriously, everything about it makes me want it in the game itself. I wouldn't even be mad if the devs used it. But now, I did say we've been asking for them since day 1, and the fact that we've only gotten one after the game's release is kind of disappointing. And not to mention, it's the same exact animation that was leaked before the game even came out. So I don't understand the logic behind that, but maybe because it didn't have the sound back then. Adding on to more finishers, what if there were different kinds of finishers as you gain a kill streak? Unlocking finishers at certain levels would also be a good addition to the game. It would give players an incentive to farm XP who aren't that interested in reaching the max level. Or how about finishers that involve more than just one person? I haven't ever seen that in Roblox, so being a first in Blackout would be sick. There could also be a gallery for all of the finishers, so you don't have to actually kill someone to see them. Upon clicking it, you'll be able to view every type of finisher like their skins. Blackout has a lot of potential. It has a huge arsenal of weapons and many cool features that you won't find in any other games, but its map is holding it back. The current map feels repetitive with the same buildings copy and pasted everywhere. There's not much variety in the build style because it's mainly just brick. And the majority of PvP is on roofs, which sucks because you can't get many kills before dying to someone hiding on a roof. Shortly after the game's release, they pushed out an update that improved rooftops, making them the dominant area for PvP to occur. This game could really use more points of interest that serve as popular combat areas and in general places that actually provide lots of loot to give a variety instead of just concentrating the bunker and lab. Some new points of interest that I have in mind could be an abandoned mall. Instead of the boring metro tunnels we currently have, what if there was a huge underground mall that had some high loot scaled rooms? This would drive the community to make it an active place, and it would be the perfect place to put hidden rooms in. One map addition I've had in mind for a while now are caves around the map's borders. It would be sick to have some caves that you could travel around the map with. Imagine going into a cave from shipment and you make your way all the way to the front of the bunker. And these caves shouldn't feel boring like the outside of the map. There should be small details like sunken buildings, debris, and maybe a few points of interest within the caves itself. Another point of interest that would make sense for Blackout would be a huge bank, since we already have terminals around the map that work like ATMs. With this new location, it could also come with a new vulture test that involves robbing it with many other faction members. I see this as a good excuse to change up the boring build style we have and to introduce a new one. There could also be a huge junkyard that is full of broken cars, hiding spots, and sniper towers. It would add some variety to sniping since people really only go up to the ruins roof or the crane to snipe. A lot of these locations could replace the boring copy and pasted buildings we have and to put some value into those map areas. The current map is so bland and missing variety. Next up are skins, a popular cosmetic feature in many games. Adding them into Blackout would allow players to customize their guns and possibly melees too with a skin that they personally like the look of. And before you go down in the comments section to say how this would make Blackout feel like a cash grab like other games you may know, I don't mean for skins to be purchasable with Robux or let alone the main purpose of updates. This game is unique because the owner tries to keep it free from being pay to win or a cash grab while also keeping it of quality, which I respect. You may think adding skins to the game would make the game feel boring since everyone has already seen them in other games, but what if they came with fresh content? First, what if instead of just guns and melees like every other game, Blackout also had utility skins? By this I mean something like the grenade would have a custom explosion effect that could be a pumpkin for Halloween or snowball for Christmas and so on. I think that it would be a nice feature because people would always anticipate holiday updates with these skins skins that could bring a lot of new content into the game. Or how about skin progression, where you unlock skins as you level up, since leveling up doesn't feel all that rewarding. It takes ages to even gain just one level because you need over 1,000,000 XP, which I feel is unrealistic. And unlocking the scars at level 45 and level 50 isn't all that interesting, because by then you would have used many scars, since the game's loot scaling isn't all that balanced, let's just say. Event exclusive skins wouldn't hurt either. It would be really cool having Halloween or Christmas themed skins as mentioned earlier. It would make them feel unique for the players who got them during specific events. And there doesn't have to be skin cases either. I don't think it would hurt to make it where you get to pick and choose which skins you want, and you can directly buy them without any luck involved. This would get rid of the gambling aspect that many other games seem to not care about. One thing this game lacks are random events. To clear up any fog, a random event is something that occurs automatically by the game instead of being player activated. So far in Blackout, there is only one, purple airdrops. They spawn about every 30 minutes, but nobody really loots them because the loot they give isn't all that good. Sure, you could get a Dragon's Breath spaz, but lots of people already have it unlocked, so these airdrops aren't that interesting. A game like Criminality has several random events like airdrops, which usually give high tier loot like RPGs, the Rebel Dealer, where you can buy overpowered items for a discounted price. Blackouts are entirely random instead of being player activated, and they actually have a purpose to players because mystery crates spawn around the map where you can spend money for a chance to win high tier loot. Compare all those random events to Blackout, and you can clearly see this game could use some more events. One random event this game could use would be a military themed airdrop that lands in the military outpost. This airdrop could have keycards and contrabands, which will open the gate to give players a reason to raid the military outpost, since nobody really goes there these days. Upon landing, many guards with strong armor and weapons will spawn around it and defend it from players. If nobody's able to loot it in 10 minutes, it despawns. Gas masks are cool to have, so one random event that I have in mind related to them is after someone raids the lab, there's a 10% chance for the entrance to not close properly, which causes the surrounding area to be polluted with the toxic gas that comes from it. This gas would eventually disappear after some time. This wouldn't provide anything for the player other than creating a temporary area in the map that requires a gas mask to be in, which I think would be a nice addition. Another event that seems fun would be if the train tracks in the subway actually had a use. What if every few hours a train comes and stops for a few minutes, allowing you to raid it? Since it's a train, there would be a lot of briefcases and bags in normal rooms, but in the very back of the train, there are a few guards protecting a room that has a huge diamond or new contraband weapon that is only obtainable from the train. And after a few minutes, the train's doors would automatically close and the train would take off, which would trap anybody still on. All of these concepts for random events would really suit the game, since they are all involved with many points of interest that aren't active. Balancing player interest in different map locations is important for a game to give variety. A huge feature unique to Blackout are keycards. As you know, we currently have 6 that let you access different parts of the map, but what if there was a 7th, the Yellow Keycard? People have been suggesting new keycard concepts for a long time, whether it involves a helicopter or one of the bunker gates. My concept for the Yellow Keycard would involve a Vulture exclusive bank heist, which comes with a new point of interest called the bank. This task will be very difficult. I'm talking about like access denied kind of difficult, so it's not very common to do. In order to get a Yellow Keycard, the train I mentioned earlier will have a 20% chance of spawning it in the back room that is defended by guards. To activate the heist, you will have to talk to a broker with a party of at least 3 members. The broker will then ask you if you want to do it in stealth mode or loud mode. The difference is that in stealth mode, you will need to be sneaky and not alert guards, while loud is careless and you'll have to kill guards who continuously spawn. It will cost you 35,000 for stealth and 50,000 for loud. For balancing reasons, your inventory will be cleared except for the Yellow Keycard, and the broker will give your party specific loadouts. Stealth mode will give you silenced pistol and a disguise, while loud will give you armor, assault rifles, and healing items. In stealth, you will need to open the vault by scanning the Yellow Keycard and to bring the cash to the broker without drawing attention to the guards. But in loud, you will have to use explosives to get in the vault by blowing up the floor. This gives players another chance if they do not have a Yellow Keycard. Once your team has taken all of the cash, you will head to an underground cave system beneath the bank and return all the money to the broker, who will give your party a fair share of the money. A fair share could be anywhere from $100,000 to $250,000 each. And those are 5 things that should be added into Blackout. If this video does well, I might make a part 2. So leave any ideas you have down in the comments and I might put it in my next video. And please consider leaving a like and subscribing to my channel if you haven't already, since it's free and lets me know that you like my content. See you in my next video.